Hey guys, good morning. We're going to do substitution today. 6-2 in the book. Solve systems of equations by using substitution. Remember, a system is at least two equations together. We're doing linear ones, so it's pretty easy. Solve real-world problems involving systems of equations by using substitution. So here you go. You can use a system of equations. You can use a system of equations to find when the movie earnings are the same. One method of finding an exact solution of a system of equations is by substitution. So remember we did 6-1. Let me show you 6-1. Now we did 6-1, and we solved the system of equations by graphing. Should ever do substitution. Substitution is actually pretty cool, faster, if you're not afraid of algebra, okay? So here it goes. This is the way it goes. Use substitution. Now, when I'm not there, or when I'm not here, a sub takes my place, okay? So here we know what y is equal to, right? Y is equal to x plus 1. Here we can see two things together, two unknowns, and they equal to -9. But what I do know is that this one, if you think of this y, is equal to all of this. So we're going to substitute, look what I'm saying, I'm going to substitute, all of this for my y in the second equation, right here. Pretty cool, right? So what happens is we have everything now, when this is in here, in this spot, everything's in terms of x. So we put everything basically in terms of one variable, x, y, s, t. It doesn't matter. And then we solve for that one. Pretty easy. Remember, we're going to be looking for an xy value, coordinate, and we're going to figure out where two lines cross. One line and another line cross, that's the solution of your system. That right there is a coordinate of an x and a y. So we're going to go ahead and solve. If we do this, this is what happens. That y is equal to 2x plus 1. So that y, 2x plus 1. The whole equation, this whole equation stays there. You see that? We haven't done anything to the other stuff. All we did was change that y, or we substituted it for what we said it was equal to, actually what they gave us, okay? Really easy. Well, what does this say? Well, that says 3x plus 2x. Well, clean it up, basically. This gives me 5x right here. Plus 1, regular algebra. Minus 1 divided by 5. In my answer already, remember I was looking for an xy coordinate. I already have a -2. Boom. How do I figure out, or again, what my y is? Guess what I just figured out here? X is equal to a -2. Now I'm going to tell you this much. I go back to these, and I'm going to say, well, x equal to -2. Couldn't I plug in this into the bottom one or the top one and figure out where my line is when x is a -2, or what my y value is? If I were to plug it into the top one, all I have to do is plug it in right there, and it'll tell me what my y is. And that's what the book does. Since we figured out that x is equal to -2, for that first equation, we've brought it down, and we figured out x to be a -2, right? Plug it in there. We have what? 2 times a -2. This 2 is this 2. That x is now a -2 because we plugged it in there. Plus 1, finish up the math. So now we have the coordinate of a -2, -3. The book says to graph it to check it out. You decide how you want to check it out. Personally, yeah, you can do most of this stuff in your head. See this? Plug it in right here. We have what? -3 equals 2. Well, didn't we figure it out to be a -3 when we did the x to be a -2 here? Yeah, so check that here. You can check out the next one, or you can graph it. Okay, let's go and try 1a. Okay, let me recap again. They gave us these two equations. Equation 1, equation 2. We saw in the first one that y is equal to this madness. So for that y, it's equal to that. So anywhere I see a y, and look, oh, I see it here in the second equation. I can plug that, all of that, for that y, do the regular math, slash algebra, find out what my x is equal to. Again, I'm trying to figure out where the two lines cross. Well, guess what I know for sure? That x is equal to a -2. So if I come here to the -2, I can go up or down and see where they cross by plugging it in to either equation. If you plug it into the bottom one, you have more work to do. You have to multiply and then subtract or add, whatever. Here, you should do the math, clean it up, and it tells you what y is. So that's why they chose the first one. Let's try this next one real quick, 1a. Okay, copy it down, get it done. Now I'll tell you this much. What I see that y is equal to all of this. And you see y right here? I'm going to plug all of this in for that y. So I'm going to have the bottom one. I'm going to rewrite the bottom one. 5x plus 3 times y. You know what? Let me change it. The whole second equation is 5x plus 3 times y minus a -1, or equals a -1. So I'm going to have 5x plus 3 times my y value. I'm going to put all this in here for that y, which is 4x minus 6. And that's equal to a -1. The cool thing is I have everything in terms of x now. Remember, the whole idea is to get an x value and a y value where these two lines cross. So I'm going to solve for x. How much do you do regular algebra? 5x plus, I have to distribute here, 12x, distribute here, -18 equals a -1. Yeah, looks good. This right here gives me 17x minus 18 is equal to a -1. I'm going to add 18. Add 18. Cancel that here. 17x equals to 17. Boom. 17x equals to a 17. Divide by 17. In my answer, I already know x is 1. I'm looking for my y. So again, I'm going to tell you this much, guys. I can plug this into the second one. I can plug it into the first one. If I plug it into the first one, all I'm going to do is just find out what my y is, because I think I got to do a little bit of work. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to get over here. Y is equal to 4x minus 6. I did figure out x to be a 1. So I'm going to have 1 here for the x. The rest I'll have the same. Y is equal to 4 times 1 minus 6. 4 minus 6. Y is equal to -2. Boom! Going once, going twice, we're okay. Okay, let's try 1B. You ready? Hurry up, copy it down. Pause the video. Try it on your own. Okay, so in this situation, they just reverse the order. So I'm going to see in this situation that y is all of this. So I'm going to put it in for that y. I'm going to substitute it in there. This is equation 1, equation 2. So the first one writes as 2x plus 5 times my y equals -1. 2x plus 5 equals -1. 3x plus 10. Okay, you see this? I plugged it in here. That's all I did. Everything else stayed the same. Do the regular algebra. 2x plus, distribute, right? 15x. And then this next part would be plus 50 equals a -1. Now, this here gives 17x again. Well, let's see what happens. Plus 50 equals a -1. Yeah, that's good. 17x, okay, minus 50, minus 50. This gives me 17x, cancels out, right? Is equal to a negative, sorry, a 49. Oh, that's good. Divide by 17, x equal to, ooh, I don't even know. Hey, puppy, how are you doing? Good morning, good morning. Okay, guys, so sorry about this. I'm seeing the mistake here. Negative 51 by 17 gives me a negative 3. Okay, so and all this, remember, I'm looking for an x and a y coordinate where they both cross, the lines cross. This part right here will be a negative 3. So we're going to have a negative 3, and we're looking for my y. So I'm going to get this right here and plug it into either or. The top one or the bottom one. I'm going to plug it into the bottom one. Okay, so I'm going to have here y is equal to 3x plus 10. I'm going to plug in x right here, x to be a negative 3. So I'm going to have y is equal to a 3 times a negative 3 plus a 10. Y is equal to a negative 9 plus 10. Y is equal to 1. How do y'all feel about that one? Okay? Not too bad, right? Okay, so they're not all this easy. Obviously, we've got to make it more interesting. Sometimes they don't give you where there's one solved for x or one is solved for y. And I mean that well, it's not like y is equal to or x is equal to. In this situation, stand back, look at both. Okay, what can I do here? What can I do here? Well, you know what you can do, honestly? You can go ahead and solve this one for x real easy. Move that 2y over. And then that's the easiest one to make a move to get x equals to something or y is equal to something. Here to get, let me see, to get the x by itself, I would add 4y, then divide by 3. To get the y by itself, I would subtract 3x and divide by negative 4. To get the y by itself, I would subtract x, divide by 2. To get the x by itself, hey, simply minus 2y. That's it. So we're going to approach it like that. So when I do that to the first one, right here, I'll end up with this. Minus what? 2y from each side? Here it is. So this one is really the first one. Make sure you know that. They're equal to each other. They look different, but they're equal to each other. So now what I'm going to come out here and do is use this idea and plug it into the second one. And that's it. So this one we're going to say is x, right? And x is equal to all of this. So right here, x is equal to all of this. To the regular algebra. X is now that, right? 3 times that gives me this. 18, 6y. Combine like terms. Do all the math, and there we are. Now we have y to be that. We can plug that one into that one. We can plug it into any of these. But remember this. This and this are the same. So I can just plug that y. In my opinion, that's what I would do. Now I find out what my x is. Okay. And then you get x to be 8. Okay, let's go and try 2a. Okay, rewind that one in case you didn't understand it. The same thing as example 1. The only thing is, I don't have, in these two, I don't have it as y equals or x equals. So what I'm going to do is look for that. See which one I can get it to y equals or x equals faster, easier. Oh, guess what I noticed on the bottom one? Right here. That one's really easy to get y by itself. All I have to do is add 3x. So now I'm going to have this side canceled out. Y is equal to 3x, my gosh, minus 13. So this one is really this one. These two are the same. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that into the first one, right there in the y. So the first one I'm going to have is what? 4x plus 5y is equal to 11. I'm going to do this part right here, guys. I'm going to have 4x plus 5 times my y, which is 3x minus 13, equals 11. Distribute here, distribute here, distribute here. So that becomes 15x. This gives me 1550 minus 65 is equal to 11. 4x. Yeah. Let's do it to it. This part right here, 19x. Minus 65 is equal to 11. We're going to add 65. Add 65. Cancel out here. 19x is equal to 76. Yeah. Divide by 19. Divide by 19. I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to get my phone to divide. That looks like a what? I don't know. 4. Yep, 4. So now we figured out here. Can't run out of space. I'll bring it up here. X is equal to 4. So that one we're going to plug it into either or any of this one here, or my favorite, this one here. Cha-ching, that one. Why? Because if I plug it into this one, it's like plug it into the second one, and then it gives me my y automatically. I have y is equal to 3 times x minus 13. And I'm going to plug this in here when x is equal to 4. I'm going to have y is equal to 3 times 4. So it becomes y is equal to 12 minus 13. Y is equal to a negative 1. So my final answer for this one is 4, negative 1. Pause it up. Start this one. Start that one. Try it out. Try it out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, start on it already. The first one is the one I would rewrite. Okay? I would add 3y. Add 3y. So I would have x is equal to 3y minus 9. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm going to have that one right there. And I'm going to get all of this and plug it into that one right there. So I'm going to have, ready? 5 times x minus 2y is equal to 7. And here I'll have 3y minus 9. Do my math. I'll get distribute here gives me 15y. Distribute here gives me minus 45. Minus 2y is equal to 7. This and this. 13y minus 45 is equal to 7. Add 45. Add 45. Cancel that here, and you have 13y is equal to 52. So 13y is equal to 52. Divide by 13. Divide by 13. Y is equal to, I'm going to go with 4. Boom. So you have y to be 4. Now, since I have that, I'm going to plug it in right there, guys. You have x equals to 3 times minus 9. I'll put my 4 here, okay? And I figured it out right here. So I'm going to have x equals to 12 minus 9. X equals to what? 3. Yep. Oh, and there it is. So now my coordinate here is 3, 4. Okay, guys, we're going to take a break. You have an assignment on Alex. Get it done. Try your best. Be safe, and God bless.